For a few days now, something has been rumbling over the internet, and as a result of that, there is chaos in the minds of a lot of people, majority being women. Evangelist Ebukobi delved into a matter without proper knowledge about it and hereby causing negative reaction in the heart of women. A lot of women hate him now for this, and is likely to cause majority of them to disengage from his pastoral umbrella. You know, sometimes it's not that the message is not good, but the mode at which you convey the message to the people, the method of communication, is what triggers some kind of reactions. You know, I want to talk about this morning, and this video is going to be very long, and I'm trusting God that this will be a total package about the knowledge that you need to have about the virginical discharge of women periodically every month, which we know as menses. First of all, why will women react to this? Because they feel it is shaming, because you've actually gone to a place about women that is sacred to them. Look at it in a good way. You will understand that women are to be blamed for this. Don't judge me that I'm not a woman. All I am telling you is according to study and also according to divine revelation. The lack of understanding made it possible that the world has forgotten the power that women carry. Yes, what Prophet Ebukobi said is true in some certain areas. Probably he doesn't have much knowledge about it. So without wasting any more time, let's delve into the matter properly. Do not misunderstand me when I tell you that women are more spiritually equipped than men. Women are more vast landed in the realms of the spirit than men. Women are like the software. Men are like the crack. When you download this software, no matter how many gigabytes it is, it might be 20 gig, 30 gig, and sometimes even a 50 gig software, it means nothing. It just occupies space until the patch or the crack or the activator is being engaged. That is when you see the relevance and the value of that software. Now listen to this. In the overall of the ancient esoteric beliefs and practices, women were more valued because of the part that they play before the patriarchy religion came in. Name them all, any form of religion you can remember. Yes, they came in and they used a lot of things against women and devalued women, underestimated the power of the women. When it comes to spiritual things, you find regeneration, rebirth, recreation, reformation. There is healing, there is life in the body of a woman. The men are there as the overall covering that activates the life of everything that is here on earth. Now, it is because of the less understanding that we have in this generation, in this age, that has made so many things so irrelevant to us, that we pay less attention to many of the things that are happening around us. Now a lot of people are paying for it. There is disrespect over the men from the women. There is disrespect over the women from the men. This is not supposed to be, because if everybody understands their place, they will understand that we are just one ton of energy, different parts that are supposed to come together and make each other work to the effect of bringing life and stability and continuity for the Mother Earth. So it is with the fertility cycle of a woman, that the woman's body produces eggs every month, and it travels to a certain point where all it needs is the masculine energy to activate it. And when there is none, that egg bursts, and that is where you see the flow that comes out. Now, what do you think actually died? Because the life of every animal is in the blood, as the Bible says. Now, every woman is supposed to be familiar with the movement and the cycle of the moon, how the moon works, because that is your energy. The masculine energy is the sun, and then the moon is the reflection of the sun. The full moon in the life of a woman is a time for expense. Something has to be cut off. It's a time to give out. It's a time for you to lose something. Something definitely has to be taken away from you. And that is a time when you are feeling so uncomfortable with some kind of things. There is disorder, there is pain. Little things just trigger the anger in you. A lot of people lose relationship when it gets to that point, because men do not understand. Now, men need to pay attention to this message also. It's not just for women. So you will understand the female nature, and you know where to complement. This is your duty, to complement the women, as well as the women complement your life too. So when all these things are happening, you're losing things, you're losing blood, and a lot of things are just abnormal. That abnormality ends at a time when the moon is full, and the next thing you see is the new moon coming out. The new moon is a time to absorb. You've lost everything you lost, and then it is time to suck in again. It is time to recreate. It is time to regenerate. That is why when you see women after their flow, all those pimples and all those, abnormalities just, fade away, and they start glowing. They just want to show themselves to the world. They want to, they just start feeling like they survived World War III. You see the beauty in them. They start radiating. They start attracting. Everything on trouser wants to get to you. They want to come in. They want to tap. They want to feel your energy because something new is about to come. That is where the rebirth, the recreation, the regeneration, etc. are happening. This thing is a spiritual connection. It's a spiritual circle. It has to do with blood this time around. Something is happening inside her. But many men will not understand this, and then they start hating on their wives, they turn bullies. You don't expect everything to be 100% all the time. The new moon period in the life of women is a time for reflection, a time for you to tap into your inner self, a time for you to fix things, even spiritually, a time for you to generate power from the inside of you. It's a time for you to recollect, summon your spirit out and know the things that are there that are not supposed to be, so that the next full moon, they are being caught out. Life is a spiritual journey. That is why you as a woman owe the world more than men do. If you do not put yourself together as a woman to know and have understanding about yourself, people will be playing with you anyhow. That is why somebody can stand up anywhere and say anything they like about women. A lot of women didn't go through the right trainings and having the right knowledge that they are supposed to have. There is more to being a woman than what we know today. If as a woman, all you know is that you're beautiful, and that gives you the opportunity to, attract men, seduce men, and that is all you know about yourself, there's something wrong upstairs. Things come for everybody at different times, but you must understand that this is the process you're going through. Doesn't matter if it is the timing and all that. The full moon period is supposed to be a time when you as a woman should affect the life of everything that is around you. If you understand yourself as a woman, if you understand the power that you carry, if you're a married woman, it's a moment for you to call your man, your husband, and begin to speak it to his life. Everything that doesn't belong should leave, should step out of you right now, and let the good things begin to happen for you. Because it's only you that have the capacity to do that. That is what Evangelist Ebukobi was saying. The only man you have the capacity to lay your hands upon when you are menstruating is your man. Is your husband. That is why you are there, pushing you to the next level. There's always a next level. There's always rebirth, regeneration. Every month it happens. That is why we take stocks weekly and monthly. So you push him into that place. You do that prayer on his behalf. There's already a ritual going on inside you at that moment. Whatever you say at that time, tap into that energy and push it forward. You look at your children and see that there is one that is misbehaving, or there is disorder in the family, or there is maybe an atmosphere that does not belong. That is the time for you to take care of those things. Women, you need to understand yourselves. The man cannot be out there in the field hustling for money, and he's also at home to be the one to protect, to be the one to do everything to keep life moving in the family. Everything that happens, the woman will call the man. Why? It's not supposed to be like that. Your duty is there in the house, but you don't have the spiritual energy. You've not generated what you need to move this level. It comes, number one, with knowledge that you do not have. Put these things in practice and see where your family will be in the nearest future. Women that understand these things do it. But many of you will not use this energy. All what you do is to rub shoulders with the man. You can't tell me what to do. You can't control me. What are you controlling? Take that man out of your life. What else do you have? As most women, not all women, why won't you generate all the energy and forces that are needed to push him to the next level, knowing that both of you are all that the both of you have? How will you abandon your feminine power and your feminine energy and you expect that there be a turnaround in events that are happening in your home? This is the right time to fast and pray. This is the right time to call for things that were not as though they were. This is the right time to connect with the spiritual, with this ritual going on inside you. There are a lot of things that you can pull through. There are a lot of boundaries that you can dismantle. There are a lot of things that you can do to move life forward. Stand on your authority as a woman. Don't let the inferior knowledge that is flying all around everywhere bring you down from the person that you used to be. Know who you are and walk with it as a woman. We will have tremendous change in this society if we do. There are dimensions in the realms of the spirit that only blood can give you access to. And as a woman, you are already an altar. The ritual going on inside you is not in vain. That egg that died, if it was fertilized, is supposed to be a human being. Are you even aware that you're an altar at this point? Call your family, call that your brother that is not doing well. Speak life into them. They was in honor about cheer dibia. Charge or the call will end them one. A couple no make mistakes. Come on, I and them more they go familiar. And if I forgot the mistake here, they will just overlook. They are friends. There are times when spirits don't want to lose relationships with you because they know the kind of person and they know their investment upon you. That is how it is. And when you are coming up to that level, coming up as a woman, do you know the spirits that you've engaged with? And every of them is ready for the next month so that you can push out another information on what to be done. This is a sacred moment. That is a moment when nobody can touch you except you. And bear this in mind, no matter how honey you think you are at that point, if you let your man touch you at that time, you're making a very big mistake. Because nobody is supposed to tap into that energy, else it will destroy the person. Destruction flows from the same thing that creates life. If you don't know it now. That is why it's not good. But a lot of people are doing all sorts of things. I even had one the other day that they call rainbow kiss. Attracting all manner of things, degenerational forces. You know, some things that are good on this side, on the other side it becomes bad. Because I told you people one thing the other day, water is good in the hands of a good person. Water is also bad in the hands of a bad person. It's a time set apart for just you and your God, for you to draw closer to Him, for you to draw closer to spirituality, for you to draw closer to nature. Why do you waste it? So you tap in, collect from the realms of the spirit and give to the world at large, starting from all around you to everything that you can reach. Ancient esoteric movement were stronger and powerful. It can never be matched with what is going on in this generation, in this society at this time. Who born them? What price have they paid? What do they understand about that realm? Gone are those days when they tell you you wash and cook for a man. Is it not the same place that many men are choking their mouth? Is it not the same place? And you're telling me that you wash and cook for him? After eating the food, tomorrow morning he will Obagi boots go his way and you have nothing against him. Unless he's a man that has never done that. But just a drop of the menstrual flow in what you give to a man, you have destroyed him. You have caged him. It takes the grace of God to save that man. This is how we've created feminized men everywhere. Men acting like women. For the fact that a man has money is not, that doesn't make him a man. But that is what you people see these days. There are spiritual strengths that a man is supposed to possess. A man is supposed to stand in the place of authority and secure his family and speak into all their future. Women will be in menses and cooking for you and you're eating it and you feel it's love. You people are measuring it with money. So long as he has money, he's an Odogu. You've not met the real Odogu. The real Odogu will have the money and still have the capacity to pull things spiritually. Africa is not Europe. Africa is not US. Africa is not a Western world. We are the ones that were given the audacity and capacity to move and wield nature. We were given that power. It is within our command to do so. Every man that is doing well, spiritually and physically, financially, mentally, and otherwise, somebody has either paid the price somewhere in your generations coming, or there are some things that you do that the spirits of value have found you worthy, and they are blessing you for it. Maybe in my family, nobody has paid those prices, nobody has, stood for those things. Now, am I not the one here standing for a lot of things, which my family may not even know what is going on? Every spirit that comes up, I settle. Cases are coming up every day, and they are being settled. Most of them by your spoken word. And how will that spoken word be effective when the very thing that you're supposed to conquer has already conquered you? Because you don't know boundaries. In every family, there is one person that comes out as the pillar. If you are that person, and then all you do is to put yourself vulnerable and do all manner of things that you like, you're killing yourself. I am trying my possible best to do my part for my family and the world at large, because this is the calling that has come upon me. And I am doing it to my best knowledge. Somebody else will come up probably in the next 200 years. Somebody will come up and take up the same mantle to push things forward. Most of them 500 years, depending on what happens here and how the person lived their life, the previous person lived their life and all that. But I am playing my part. When that person's come, let them continue from where I stopped. Now, what are you as a man and a woman doing in that family? As a woman, what gap are you filling? Every time you people are disturbing God, begging God, God please, but the little power that He gave to you, you neglect it one side. Those esoteric culture times, they had more power and they wrought power than we can ever access because of things like this. Coming to the negative part of it, why do you think most of the rituals that happen with the blood of women parts and all that? They'll tell you, go and bring virgins to bury a king. Why won't women understand the power that they carry? Many women, and Ebukobi stood up to say, according to the knowledge that he has, and all of them came out. Many prophetesses are coming out to say things. That prophetess might even be in her menses and still laying hands on men, but they don't understand it. Because of the way that the man communicated that thing, it became a sin. Even the Bible that you claim that you represent, what and spirits that are inside, told you, until a woman gets to 50, she cannot operate in the sanctuary, because by then her menstrual flow must have stopped. Now she's counted in as a man. She will enter and serve. Do you know why? Because most of the things that you touch at that time, vibrations enter into them. If they are not ready, it fastens them and destroys them, because there are some things that you do not know. And due to the magnitude of the assignment that has been given to you as a woman to handle on earth, it is because of you that this place is still regenerating and going through the process of rebirth. It is because of you, the sacrifice and the price you pay, that makes it possible that people are being born here. Replenish the earth, dominate, all these things are because of women. I told you of one shrine that was destroyed just by menstrual flow. Pad, put inside water, squeezed and throw away the pad, carry the water, pour inside that shrine, everything spoiled. The man that was hiding was seen immediately. Do you know the power you carry as a woman? If you know it, what are you doing with it? But most of you, if we give you access to this thing now, you will destroy the earth. You will destroy every man. You will destroy. A woman that is on her menses, all of a sudden the man is looking for the love he had for you, and he can't see it anymore. Because you are human, but you don't understand what has happened in the realms of the spirit. How will you love something that has destroyed you? Don't tell me he has money, he has businesses. A lot of people will enjoy money for the rest of their life. Financial is one part of it. What about mental, emotional, spiritual? The emotional part, why do you think all of a sudden the man is now everywhere with every woman? You've subdued him with blood. It is wrapped around him that he cannot escape it anymore. The feminine energy has so soaked inside him that anytime you are not there, something feminine has to be there to occupy the space that you have created. A wise person will understand this, but a woman with a myopic mentality will tell you that these things are ancient. This is all because women were not taught what it means, the reason why they bleed every month. You should gain this understanding so that people leave Prophet Kobe alone. For the fact that he doesn't know this part of the teaching doesn't mean he did something wrong. Where I blame him is how he put it out there, but it's because of the level of knowledge he has about it. Rather than antagony towards me, I think you should get the wisdom and apply it, understand what it means. Don't just wave it aside, because it's going to help you and your children. Have you ever wondered what is going to be happening here when you are not here anymore? Because your fathers that knew these things, your mothers that knew these things did not pass it down to the person that gave birth to you, or, most of this wisdom were not given to you. That's why you don't know them. That's why you don't know what it means, the essence of the African religion, the essence of the African culture and tradition. You don't know them. That's why you're having issues in many things. Don't do like the Western world. You are not like them. They have their own pattern. This is the one God gave to you. Why not guide it with everything? Yes, I blame him for the pattern of communication, but you forgot that this is Gen Z. It is rare to find spiritual women these days. All we have is just churchgoers. But God can actually pull you out from the church, take you aside. If he finds you worthy, he'll take you aside and give you a knowledge and orientation that will help you to affect your generation better. See what the Bible said in Leviticus 15 about the woman and how her flow goes and all that, which you people say is Old Testament, right? But see what the Bible said there. I don't know why you people will cut off some part of the Bible and be doing some part of the Bible. And wisdom did not tell you that there is something fishy going on just to destroy the spiritual mechanism of Africa. The spiritual world and this place, they are not the same. There are ways you approach these things. If we reject them, then let's totally reject spirituality and take it out. There are levels of authority that cannot be handed over to a woman as long as that her virginical period monthly activities are still running. It's in the Bible, Leviticus 15. And the Bible said here that she will stay away from some certain things for how long? 7 days, which is a number of perfection. How many days do you think it takes the full moon to the new moon? How many days? The spiritual has been designed, but we want to dominate things that are supposed to dominate us. This is why we are having too many problems here. Africa, wake up. Are we the same with the whole world? Are we the same? All the knowledge we are supposed to be getting, we are not getting them. What are we being taught in our churches? All to read and read and read what other people did, and then we keep telling stories. And there are too many things that are supposed to be helping this world that we do not pass down to people. And yet we call ourselves spiritual men of God. Do you know this God you serve and how deep he is? But you choose to shut out some knowledge. You don't want to go there. And because it is too deep to handle, then you are your own man. And the Spirit of God will not strive with you. But do the right thing so that people will stop making some kind of mistake. If it's not relevant, it should not be found in this Bible. Women, you are the mothers of everything. So you being the keeper of the flame, this is the time for you to light your fire. It is time for you to keep the flame ablaze. Why do you think in those days that we do this tales by moonlight, people come around, sit under the tree or sit outside, and they are listening to, tales that the older people tell, the grannies tell at that time, and we are under the moon. There's only some old souls that are living in young bodies that will understand these things I'm talking about. We don't have those things anymore. We don't even have opportunity for those things. There are buildings everywhere. We now have African Magic, Netflix, and all that. Everything about Africa, they have to tag it to either spiritual or magic. Because that is who we are. We are the custodians of power. Call it witchcraft, call it sorcery, call it magic, call it whatever. We are here and we have the capacity to wield and twist nature to obedience. God's given gift to Africa. But we neglect it too much because we want to embrace the Western world. Eden is in Africa. How come they told us it is lost? Eden was not lost. Eden is in Africa, was and is in Africa. But civilizations and all that took over. This was the beginning point of the human race. But we left all those things behind and embraced the Western world, the Western culture, the Western tradition. We even add it to our own because we feel our own is not complete. After traditional wedding, you have to go and do white wedding because you believe that your own God is not enough. Listen, let me tell you something. The physical slavery was done with, but the bondage of the mind, the slavery of the mind has not been dealt with. And that is what we are here to do. Yes, that is what we are here to do. God is doing it from people you least expect. Even from you, it is going to start because it's a movement. You think when they shot their slavery shot here in Africa that they took just mere men? They took the best of the best, including our spiritualists, because they saw the kind of things that we do. They will bring something that is enticing and connive with someone that is gullible around and sell out a strong man. They took our minds away from us. They took our culture. They took our tradition. They took everything that makes us the black man powerful. They took us away from every gifting of the spirit that God gave to us because they desired it. In as much as they can't use it because they don't have the knowledge at that time. But they took it away from us because they needed to know the secret behind these things that you practice. Our strong men taught them our ways and how we are able to navigate through the corridors of spiritual powers. And they invoked the African spirit and it's building their nations for them and left our own places desolate. Their spirits, once you have control, you can carry them anywhere you're going to. And they can't do anything from there. When they do it, it is called religion, but when we do it, it is called witchcraft. You're joking. I saw the video of a man that came to the water with, I don't know if it's his members or so, in Africa here, that spoke to water and water instantly shifted. He only came to the water with his nza, fear, and the water instantly departed from there and shifted. Because he's a custodian of power. Men like that abstain from too many things. They don't live life like the normal man. They don't enter places like the normal man. They don't eat things like the normal man. In as much as everybody is supposed to carry power, it is not everybody that is being given the access to the corridors of power. If he has not gotten to the level in the realms of the spiritual where he has been crowned and be given immortality, there's something called spiritual immortality, that whatever you eat cannot destroy you. Whatever goes out of you cannot destroy you, because you've gotten to a place, you have become like the spirits. It's in the book of Enoch. You have become like them. You now know what they know. You mingle amongst them. You control things like them. Holding nature in the palms of your hands, controlling things. If he has not gotten to that place and then a woman, maybe his wife or anybody, cooks for him while she's shedding blood and gives to him to eat, the moment you eat it, a lot of things are down. Sometimes when we say these things, it looks as if women are bad. Women are not bad. Women are the most beautiful thing that happened to this place. It is because of them that we are still here. But power in the hands of a woman that doesn't have the right orientation about who she is destruction immediately. Same goes to men. But we are talking about women here. There are some times that you as a common man or a common woman, but you are a custodian of power, whether activated or not, whether functioning yet or not. There are some things you will eat. Sore throat will start. There will be a pain on your cheek. There will be a pain on your tongue. There will be, just to make you understand that you've crossed the line. It's true, and it happens. Majority of you are married to reincarnated deities, and because you don't know boundaries when it comes to the realms of the spirit, things that you are supposed to abstain from, you end up killing that man. You end up destroying that man or that woman that you got married to. A lot of you men are there to help your woman when the time comes, when the time is right, to carry up an assignment and fulfill purpose. But when you are a feminized man, how are you going to handle that? Have sense, Africa. Receive sense, have sense. You get married to a strong man, a man that is supposed to be a top-notch wielder in the realms of the spirit. You bring him so low. He brings himself so low, because it is even you as a man that should find yourself out. You just give birth to children these days. You don't go to ask questions. Who is this person? How did he come, or she, or what is she here to do? Before you know what, you've put razor on his head and cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. The person grows up and a lot of things are disturbing them. Women, it's your fault. And I'm telling you this not out of hatred or slamming you, but I am telling you this so that you will change. Change your operations. Change the way you marry men. Change those things. You've gone to the market, buy those things that they even said don't eat. Use it to cook for your husband. And you bring him down. But you will not know, because the day a person died is not that day that the person died. The person start dying small. Spiritual death is even worse than the physical, but because the physical man will be walking around doing the normal thing, but there are so many things that the person cannot attain anymore. But they will not know. Majority of them out there have destroyed the assignment that they came here for, simply because they want to live luxury life. Do you know as a man that there are levels of things that you cannot be able to change in this place again if you are spiritually inclined when you have slept with another man's wife? Do you know? If you ask most of them now, they will open the Bible and show you Peter rice, kill and eat. On them, are you Peter? Everything has become eatable, right? That's how everybody became killable. You are practicing Instagram cooking. Seafood, this one, that one. Take anything you like inside your mouth and kill your flesh through your spirit. Since the women became free to do whatever they like, that's since when the men started becoming weak. And since the men became free to do what they love, that's how the women became useless. Because you don't cherish your men anymore. You don't see them as the kings that they are. Let me ask you, why do you think in the olden days that men marry more than one wife? 2, 3, 4. You're a businessman according to your capacity and what you can handle. It is because of most of these things. I had most comedians commenting and sharing videos about, that same incident of Evangelist Ebukrobi. And you are Igbo-speaking human beings, and you do not know what culture and tradition entails. Why were your forefathers marrying more than 1, 2, 3? So that if this one is in her period, this one can handle other things. If this one is there, this one can handle other things. 5 women or 4 women can't be in their menses at the same time. Is it because in this generation that men want to cheat and have more than one woman in their lives? If you can handle 10, go and marry them. I heard most of them saying it. Na junda machazipive. Ichetazikwa ka nna give us we bi. Ichetazikwa na enwele ife megide we si na nke abu obi. Na ekesi obi enwe mpuke. The Obi will be in the center, and Uke will be where the wives stay and their children and all that. You want to see your father, you come to his Obi and see him. These were the kind of things they were doing, and it helped them to stay and last longer in age. Very strong. 150, 100. These days, if a man gets to 50 years, all his you are shaking, because the nonsense you've been eating all the days of your life have brought you down gradually, but you did not know. But we removed the ancient landmark, and the serpent is biting. The ancient men were strong because they had women that had their back. Women that had the capacity to hold the family and move things forward. Women that their men were proud of. Those are the kind of women they had then. And they were strong, did exploit. Ogolimo Bidia is not by mouth. Also, DMA is not by mouth. All these names, you use money to buy title. Then it was by merit. Is it not possible for us to live our lives in our old ways as Africans, embracing our culture and traditions, and also embracing whatever it is that is new out there? The technologies, the sociality, and all that. The ancient women understood these things and they carried each other along. They were looking out for each other. The senior wife is in charge of the young ones, teaching them how to do things, how to be a woman, how not to overstep boundaries, teaching them what the family is all about. Only old souls will understand these things, I'm telling you. Any woman that is giving birth to only girls, they stand in authority. The ones that have had male children will come in, hold hands together with that one and pass decrees according to the power bestowed upon them as women, until they started making it become something else. It started becoming women's cults and power left. Go and ask questions in Benin, in Igbo land, in many other places. Are you not Nigerians? Are you not Africans? What used to happen in those days don't happen anymore, and things that are happening now were not happening those days. Reverse have been the case in many things. I think it's all about praying Shabbat. The things that will fail you have not come. Things are yet to come. People should better wake up as African women and understand these teachings you are seeing all over the place. Many of them are lies. Embrace the real truth. Put it into activities, into functions in your life. It is because you don't know how powerful you are. That's how many things are eluding you in your families. A whole Jesus Christ that you all believe in, that is the Savior of the world, was moving with crowd. Everybody were touching him. But just one person touched him. A woman with the issue of blood touched him and he said, "Virtue has left me." Yes, he recognized and healed the woman, but why did virtue leave? You're Jesus. You don't know who you are. That's why you are making some mistakes. And when people talk about it, you feel they are shaming you. No. It is supposed to be a time when you are even celebrating yourself. Stay away from everybody. Be at peace with yourself. Reconnect to yourself. And teach your children how to do it. I think I have to stop it here. If you've not learned anything so far, it's almost 40 minutes. I don't know where you will learn more.